When you shop with me in my online store, and the online store address is right here, when you purchase 35 in product, you earn 1 B. And when you have earned 10 Bs, you will receive $35 in free product. Now, I do the record keeping for you unless you want to do it, okay? But I do the record keeping. I record the date, the order number, and the amount. And then when you've accumulated 10 Bs, I send you an email at the end of the month, and then you can redeem it, okay? Hi, Nicola or Nicola. You're from Ireland. That is too cool. Welcome. That is really cool. All right, so that's my Be Rewarded program, okay? And you have to be a U.S. citizen to actually purchase in my online store. And the next thing is this tutorial. I am part of the Demo Design Dream Team. There's 16 of us demonstrators, all right, in the United States. And when you place a $35 order, not only do you earn a B, but I'm going to send this to you in your email. And it's a PDF with 16 projects. Now, this month, for the month of August, the theme is summer. And so it's all different kinds of summer projects, okay? And this one right here, down at the very bottom, that's my project, all right? Hi, Simone, welcome. So that one's mine, right in the bottom corner. I'm just guessing, but I think I see Boho Indigo right there and Boho Indigo up there. So it's an awesome tutorial, and it comes in your inbox, okay? Hey, Peggy, welcome. All right, now earlier this week, I actually posted these two cards to my blog. So if you visit my blog, it's www.becreativestamping.com. Look at Tuesday's post. And Tuesday would have been what? August 18th, which was yesterday. And these are the two cards that we created. Now, what I love about this design is you can take this design and use every single piece of designer paper in this pack. You could also take this very same layout and create a Christmas card or a fall card. So it's an awesome layout. You'll want to check out the video, super quick to make, okay? Hey, Laura, welcome. Good to have you. All right, now here is my shaker card, which originally we were actually going to create tonight, but I got into this Halloween packaging and I couldn't stop, so that's kind of where I am tonight. But we will either do this next Wednesday night, and I'll teach you how to do the shaker card, or you'll see it on my blog next week as a video. All right, so either way, you're going to have access to this card. All right, and it's got glitter in it, and it's got the black glitter bats in it. It's really fun. And it even has a bat up here that's embossed. So you can look for that either on my blog or you'll see it here next Wednesday night. All right. And thanks so much for commenting. Gosh, I'm so happy to have all of you here. All right, let me show you the packaging for tonight. Okay. These are our new round tins. All right, and 4 come in a package. All right, so you're going to learn all about the round tins tonight and how to embellish it. Okay, and then we're going to learn all about the rectangle tins. These are also in the mini. All right, so just in case you haven't seen this, these tins and everything you see here is right in the mini, okay? And then one last packaging idea, which you haven't seen, is this little treat bag. And I've actually created a tag that goes on top the bag. Now, these are called our Mosaic Bags. And you'll find these bags also right inside our mini, all right? So that's where you can find everything. I'm going to kind of move everything out of the way here. And we'll move on over to our mini catalog. And I'm going to head to the very back to the index, all right? I'm so glad everybody likes the shaker card. You'll definitely see it or get instructions. I'm glad you like it. All right, so let me get back here to the index. And I'm going to go over here to page 79, and I'm actually going to zoom in for us. All right. Right here at the top of 79, you're going to see packaging. And that includes the mini coffee carriers, which we, did a project with that last Wednesday night. The mini coffee cups, the rectangle tins, the mosaic cellophane bags. Hey, Mary Kay, welcome. And the round tins. Now, you can find the packaging supplies right here, okay, where that little black square is, and it tells you which page. So let's go to 55 so that you know where they are. Sometimes I think your packaging can get overlooked, and we have some really cool stuff. Thank you, Joanne. I'm so glad you like the projects. I knew you would, Joanne. I was thinking about you because you're always, wanting to know what we're going to make. These are the rectangle tins here, and you do get 4 of them in a package, and they retail for $12. And the measurements, the dimensions are right there as well, okay? Now, the round tins are on 68. So let's scoot over there real quick. And these are the round ones. And you also get 4 of these in a package. And I'm going to show you how they're packaged when they ship to you. Hey, Toddy, I'm glad you're back. They are food safe, so that's good to know. And you'll find it on page 68, and it retails for $12. And there's a cute little sample there. Isn't that cute? And they've got coffee beans in it. So you know I'm all over that, right? I love that stuff. And then let's go to 60, I think. I think 60 are the cello bags. Let's see. So this is 58, and they're showing you how to package different things. Here are the mosaic bags right here, okay? Page 60, you do get 25 in a package, and they retail for $7. And it does give you dimensions, all right? Hey, Amanda, welcome. All right. Well, now we're going to scoot over to the Magic in This Night suite. This is what we did last week, and we're going to continue on. I think it's always nice to have Halloween packaging because you may make some treats, give to coworkers or family members or kids or students. And so it's just always fun to make cute little things to give as treats, all right? So this is what we're working on. I'm going to close this. And this is the stamp set, which I did show you last Wednesday night, and we're going to be stamping with it tonight. And then, of course, we have the dies that coordinate with the stamp set, and I'm going to show you what the dies do. These are all the dies, all right? So you can stamp your bats and cut them out, and you'll get to see me do that tonight. We've got the spider that you can stamp and cut out. 3 bats that cut out at one time. You'll get to see how I do that tonight. We have a flower and some leaves here. And if you look at our designer paper, we have flowers in designer paper. And so they coordinate with this, okay? And some people have asked me, why flowers? It's Halloween. Well, this particular designer paper, okay, if you flip over to the opposite side of the paper, you're going to see flowers, different flowers, some geometric patterns. And so you can really use this paper throughout the year, okay? You can get a lot of mileage out of one pack of this paper. I know, I love the spider. He is so cool. Do you remember last week I told you I couldn't find my spider die? If you remember that comment, the very next day I went through some envelopes to get ready for a class. I had tucked the spider die inside the envelope instead of putting it on my magnet sheet. And so I found it, and boy, was I happy, very happy. Also with the dies, you've got this really cool border, which I actually used on this card. See the border here? That's where I used it. And then you get these two shapes, which I'm in love with. I'm using them for all kinds of things. These are like my two favorites. And you can even stamp and cut that one out, okay? Yeah, I know. I'm very happy, Laura, that I found that die. It made me one happy girl. All right. Well, I'm going to get my project supplies ready here. And you might want to take a few notes with some measurements. I'm going to give you the measurements for these. Okay. Thank you, Carol. I know, I'm so glad I found it. Believe me, because I didn't want to buy the die set again. I just wasn't going to do that, or I didn't want to do it anyway. All right. Well, I'm going to grab a sip of water before we get started. And you may want to grab paper and pencil. This packaging is straight from the catalog. All right, so you could even write in the measurements on the catalog. So page 52, do you see this right here? That's where the inspiration came from. All right from this catalog. And look at the treat bag, the Mosaic treat bag. That's where the inspiration came from for this. So, you know, I always try and use my catalog and look at all the different samples to help me out when I'm creating. Okay, so I'm going to show you how the tins come, all right? They come very well packed. They're going to come in a brown box like this, and then your tins are going to be lined up inside the box. And so this is the round tin right here. So I'll go ahead and pull this one out. The rectangle tins come the very same way. And you know what I forgot to do? I actually forgot to grab my rectangle tins tonight. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to loosen this up. I'm going to recreate this for you, okay? Instead of me getting up and finding my rectangle tins, okay? Sound good? I will give you the dimensions for the tins. And as you can see here, I didn't attach the paper, but I'll do that this evening and show you how to do it so that your paper doesn't slide around, okay? All right, so the rectangle tins, they're measuring about 4 inches across and then about 2.5 inches, all right? So if you did some chocolate treats, you could put little Halloween Hershey bars in one. You could do candy corn in one. You could do M&Ms. What else? I mean, you can use just about anything to fill these. And you can even line the designer paper inside, all right, which I didn't do for this. So let me show you how to get started with this. I've got to find my strips of paper. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to start with is just wrapping the tins, okay? Thank you, Carol. I'm glad I found the spider too. And so these are the colors that I chose, and the reason being is they're all different colors. I've got Blackberry Bliss, I've got Pretty Peacock, Cajun Craze, and then the basic black, okay? And these are measuring, I know they're 3 inches by 8 inches, okay? And you can use your tear and tape, or you can use your Stamp and Seal Plus. I'll do one of each so that you can see. I'm going to use a bone folder. And I'm just going to kind of rub it right up against that designer paper just to put a little bit of a curl in it. You don't have to do this, but it'll probably make it easier for wrapping around the tins, okay? And so I'm just going to kind of practice here to see how I want this. And I think about right here, and then we'll tape that. And then that seam will get covered up, okay? So now in order to do that, I am actually going to use a glue dot, and that's going to hold the paper in place. So hang on, excuse me, I've got my arms. I know, don't you love the stamp and seal, Nancy? We're going to use it. I'm in love with it. Just love it. Okay, so let me grab a glue dot, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach it right there in the center, okay? And then I'm going to attach it to the tin. Now I'm doing that so that when I wrap all these together, my paper is not sliding off, okay? And for this one, we are gonna add tear and tape. And the next one we'll do the Stamp and Seal Plus. So just want you, there are other, options. You could even use the Tombow liquid glue if you wanted. All right, and this always takes me a few minutes to get this lifted up here. It helps to rub that tape right along there. All right, and then you gotta get under there and peel that off. Nancy says the Stamp and Seal was easy once I had the hang of not pressing too hard. I know, yeah, it's definitely applying different pressure than what you did with your snail. I don't think that's in the center, so hang on one second. I'm gonna make it a little bit more centered. This really is easy. Am I making this look difficult? All right, so we'll put that about right there. And then I'm going to kind of hug that, all right, and bring that seam up, okay? And now it's attached to the tin, all right? Now, whoever is the recipient of this gift, they are going to have to tear into it to get the candy, okay? So that's definitely a given there. All right, so that's the first one. And then, of course, we're going to do another one. Oh, and you know what? Let's curl the ribbon. It just helps, we'll curl the paper. It just kind of helps it go around the tin. But you certainly don't have to do it. I'm actually going to add a glue dot, okay? And then I'm going to center this, and I'll put that about right there, all right? Now this time, I'm going to use Stamp and Seal because it's stronger than the Stamp and Seal. This is Stamp and Seal Plus. This is stronger than Stamp and Seal, all right? And I use this on my coffee carriers to wrap the designer paper around the carriers, and it is holding up quite nicely. All right, so now hopefully you can see that Stamp and Seal Plus. Oh yes, Linda says I would carefully use a razor blade to open it up. Absolutely, yep. All right, now I'm going to wrap this tight here. I'm going to kind of pull on it, and let's see. And sometimes what you might have to do is just kind of, rub the edges to get it to, I think, hang on a second, either my paper is crooked. Okay, I got it now. All right, so that's number 2. And now we're going to do number 3. Again, I'm just going to kind of curl the paper a little bit. You can use the flowers. Aren't these beautiful flowers? You can use this, ladies, with our flower stamp sets. You can use this in fall, winter, spring, summer. Isn't this awesome? I've been with Stampin' Up! 12 years. I don't think they've ever made a Halloween paper where one side's Halloween and the other side is all occasion. So I think it's a really cool idea. That way we get more mileage out of air supplies, and I think that's important. I really do. All right, so there's that stamp. See how quick it is with the Stamp and Blend? Excuse me, Stamp and Seal Plus. We have too many words that have stamping in front of it. And then one more tin for us to do, and that's going to be the spiders. All right, and I'll put the bone folder away now. I'm going to add a glue dot. And I'm just going to position that right there. Add my stamp and seal. All right. And gotta get this tight enough. So let me rub that one a little bit. All right. Okay, so that's that one. Now the next thing we're gonna do, hey Sonia, welcome. Thank you for sharing. I know the flowers are beautiful, Margaret. I can certainly see that with other stamp sets. Now, in the original project, I did not have the boxes attached to each other, okay? And so they were kind of sliding within the ribbon. So what we're gonna do is we're actually going to attach the boxes together. That's just gonna make it more secure. And I'm just gonna use glue dots, and you can kind of see where I put them. And it doesn't matter which order you do this in. Okay, so now I've got two stuck pretty good together, all right? At least enough that they're not gonna slide around. And let's see. We'll go ahead and do the Cajun Craze one now. I might even add a third one. And remember, your designer paper is 3 by 8, okay? All right, so now I'll stack that one, and now we have one more to do. And you're probably thinking, but I don't want to wrap it up like this because then we have to rip it open to get all the candy out. I am anxious to try this with Christmas paper. I think it would just be so, so beautiful. All right, and there we go. All right, so guess what, ladies? We're all attached. There they are. Now, we're gonna use some really cool and festive ribbon, all right? So let me put my stamp and seal back. And let me put my take your pick tool away. And here is the ribbon that we're using. It's called Metallic Mesh, and I'm almost out of it. Hey Liz, welcome. So this is that metallic mesh. Now, I have seen some demonstrators color this mesh, and I think they're coloring it with their Stampin' Blends. I still have not tried it, but I think that's what they're doing. All right, so yeah, give that a try for sure. And if you participated in my ribbon share, then you get 2.5 yards of this, all right? Okay, so I'm just trying, what I'm doing now is I'm trying to figure out about how much ribbon I want. I think that's gonna work. It's probably, you know, between 18 and 23 inches, okay? Something like that. All right. So now I am going to I'm just tying a knot. That's all I'm doing. All right. And I forgot one thing, but you know what? We're getting ready to use our new Stampin' Cut emboss machine, and we will make those changes. All right. We're going to embellish this. All right. So far, that's what I've got. And I can even make these a little shorter if I want. Ooh, will a gift card fit in it? I think so, Carol. Carol's asking, will a gift card fit inside? I'm pretty positive it will. Yes, what an awesome idea and awesome question. I hadn't even thought about a gift card, but definitely. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of stamping and cutting, okay? And then we'll come back. What we're doing is we're going to create this tag, all right? So let me get out my supplies. I actually do want this piece of paper, all right? We're going to cut something out with that. And then let me look at that tag again. All right, we've got a little bat on there. So so we're going to emboss the bat, and we're going to also emboss the word open if you dare, okay? So let's do our embossing first, and then we'll get everything cut out. I'm going to start with my Versamark, all right? I know, I love the gift card idea, especially for Christmas. Especially, wouldn't this be gorgeous in Christmas paper? Oh my goodness. Or, you know, if you're going to put a coffee card in there, then you can use, you know, some of our coffee stamp sets to embellish a tag. Okay, so in order to emboss, we are going to need Versamark ink, all right? It's a clear ink. And then we're going to need our silver embossing powder, all right? And we'll need a clothespin so that we don't burn our fingers, and you'll see why. And then I also have my heating tool, all right? So we'll use that as well. I remember one of the first times I was demonstrating embossing, all my embossing powder fell on the floor. Oh my gosh, it was the biggest mess, but I got it cleaned up. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going, is this the right? No, I want open if you dare. Well, you know what? Let's see. You know what? I've got it right here. Hang on, I've got the stamp set right here because I didn't pull it out. Here it is. Okay, so I'll demonstrate this real quick. This happened a couple of weeks ago. I need to pull this stamp out of the case. And remember, our stamps have that real sticky label. And so I'm flipping this around, and I'm going to use my putty knife. And I am going to lift under that stamp to lift it up, all right? It really works. Now, I only have this block here, okay? And so I've got to get this stamp off the block. And so I'm going under that stamp and under the label, and I am pulling this off, okay? So let me set that aside so that I don't, hopefully I don't misplace it. All right, so now we have the stamp we need, open if you dare, which I just love. I think it's perfect for these tins. And I'm going to ink this up in Versamark. Now you can find Versamark, embossing powder, the heating tool. It's all in the annual catalog, all right? So that's where you're going to find that. And now I'm going to bring over my embossing folder, my embossing powder tray. I'm going to use the silver powder, and we're going to sprinkle this really good. And I'm just going to cover this completely up, okay? Yeah, this would be awesome for Christmas gifts. Hey, Mary Jo, welcome. I do love the paper, Mary Jo. It is so versatile, especially with the flowers on one side. All right, so my heating tool is cold, so it's going to take a few extra minutes to get it to heat up and heat that powder, all right? Okay, so here we go, and I'm hoping you'll be able, this is what is hard. Let me see here. Let me move this. All right, that's going to work better for me, I think. Okay, now hopefully you'll be able to see that magic happen as it heats up. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? All right, I'll give it a few extra minutes to bake. It just comes to life, doesn't it? Isn't that awesome? Okay, so now we're gonna also emboss the bats, okay? So we're gonna bring the Versamark back in, and I've got a bigger piece of basic black cardstock because my bats, remember, you stamp 2 at one time, cut them out at one time, and then you've got 2 separate bats. So this is a pretty large block, and when it's a large block, I like to turn the stamp over face up and ink it this way. Okay, it's just a lot easier because the stamp is bigger than the actual ink pad. All right, and that's the last of the embossing, so I can cover that up. And now I'm going to add my bats. And then I'm going to bring my tray back in. And I know it's hard for you to see that. I can even hardly see the bats on the paper. Okay. And then here we go. All right. And that's our bats there. Now let me move this embossing tray so that I don't make a huge mess tonight. And now we'll heat this one up. Nancy loves this for Christmas gifts. Awesome. You know, you could even do like an advent calendar and count down to Christmas and have all the boxes numbered and treats for each day. Wouldn't that be awesome? I really wish my kids were still little so I could do some of those things. All right, so look at that gorgeous bat. And now we're doing the little one. I just love this stamped image. I love the intricate detail on the wings. I just love it. And there goes my caddy with all my stuff. Okay, so I can get rid of my heating tool now, and then I can set everything back up. I am sorry about that. Okay, but it all stayed in its holder. All righty. All right, well, we are going to do some cutting now, okay? So let me look at the dies. I know that I want, did I want this one? I want this larger shape die here. It's not gonna cut the entire thing, but it is going to cut what I need. And I'll show you in just a bit what I'm talking about. Okay, you'll understand once I get ready to cut it and put it on the package. All right, and then I need the bats, and then I'm also going to cut, and I think I used this one. Let me check and see. Maybe I didn't. Nope, I used the larger one. These dies are from Ornate Frames, and you can find it in the annual catalog in the very back. Yes, Nancy, perfect for Hanukkah. Absolutely. Good idea. All right, so now let's move this away here so we can bring in our Stamp and Cut Emboss machine. I'm going to zoom out because I think we're going to need to with the machine. I'm kind of cleaning up my workspace a little bit. So here's our new machine, and if you did not catch my video, it was 2 weeks ago, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow that I did the video on the Stamp and Cut Emboss machine. Check out that video for all kinds of tips and tricks, okay? Really, really fun to work with. Okay, so I've opened up my platforms, and now I'm going to build my sandwich. And I'm cutting dies. Everything is dies. And so I am looking at the very first sandwich. I need platform number 1, number 2, and number 3. And it's even showing me how to layer it, okay? I know, Nancy, I love the Ornate Frames. I use it a lot, yes. Tina, I love your idea. I still do some of those treats for my girls too. They're all grown, but I still love doing that stuff. Here's platform 2, and then we're going to include our paper and our dies. Oops, cutting pad first. All right, so 1, 2, and 3 are down. And then for this, I want to cut it just like this. Actually, I'm going to do something even better. I only really want half of this. So I'm going to cut it like that because I only want half of this shape, all right? So I can do it like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one on right here, all right? And then I am going to put my last cutting pad, number 3, on top, even them out. And then I'm gonna roll it through. And it's pretty quiet and it's pretty smooth. And remember, I'm on a foldable table, okay? So there's a little bit of shaking going on. All right, and before I lose this little guy, he's going back on the magnet sheet. And then, just like I told you, I only wanted half of this for embellishing, okay? So that's done. I've got my cute little tag done. And now I'm going to do the bats, all right? And we're going to use both of these bats tonight on 2 different projects. So I'm going to try and line this up. Now you may be asking, is there a magnetic platform for this new machine? And the answer is yes. And as a demonstrator, I could not pre-order it, but September 1, you can purchase the magnetic platform, okay? All right, and now I'm going to put this right on top, and I pretty much have everything lined up. So now my bats are going to go through. All right, they might be a little off, but we'll see. Then they just fall right out. And then here we are. So that's one bat, and that's the other. All right, so I have 2 embossed bats. I am going to close this up, all right, and move it out of the way. And I am going to put these dies away so that I don't misplace them. And the bats. All right. So now we're ready. Okay, so we're going to get back to embellishing the tag. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some stamp and seal on this part, okay? All right. And then what I'm doing is, I should look at the other sample. That's what I did. Okay. I'm going to tuck this under, okay? And honestly, this should have been done before I put the ribbon on, but I forgot. So we'll just do it now. And it'll still work. All right. So we got that sweet little embellishment right there at the top. Okay. All right. So that little part is done. And I do need to punch a hole in this. And I'm in my stamp room. Hey, Dawn, welcome. I'm going to quickly grab my hole punch if you all don't mind. I'll even turn this so you can look at all the different colors. Okay. I tell you, I try so hard to have everything right here on my table. And you forget about all the little things, like punching a hole for a tag, So I try to be as prepared as I can, but there's always something. At least I'm in my stamp room, right? And it's easy for me to get. All right. I'm just going to slide this through, and yeah, I've got the baker's twine pretty long, but that's okay. Let's see. I'm just going to be tying this right around this knot, okay? And you can either tie this in a knot, or you can tie it in a bow. So either way, sometimes I do a little bow, sometimes I do a knot. And you know what? I'll do a bow so you can see it. Now you can still get baker's twine in our catalog. And it also comes with some red ribbon too. So it's a combo pack, okay? If you're looking for black twine, all right? All righty. So if you're joining me this evening, be sure, especially if you're new, please say hello and tell me where you're from so that your name can be in tonight's drawing, all right? All right, so we've got our little tag there, and now we're gonna add our little bat, and we'll do that with a glue dot. And I'll put that right behind the bat, and then I'm gonna add it right up here to this tag, okay? And I'm gonna hold that up close. It's kind of hard to see because it's black cardstock, but you see my little bat? He's just kind of hanging there on the end. And why don't we put some embellishments on him, all right? Because I love these iridescent pearls. They are part of this suite, and I love them. I can even use my little spatula for these if I want. There we go, and I'll put one down there, and let's see, I'll just put another one right there, and then I'll put one at the top. They say it's always good to do odd numbers, all right? So let me hold that up so that you can see those embellishments, all right? Just like that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave the embellishments out because we're going to use them on the very next project. All right, anybody have questions? Hey, Pam, welcome. It is so nice to have you tonight. Thank you for leaving a comment so your name can be in the drawing. All right, aren't they awesome bats? They're embossed, and we've got this gorgeous Halloween paper. So let me know if you have questions on this, okay? And all of these supplies will be on a supply list, and you'll find them Friday right here at this address, all right? All right, so now we're going to the round tins, which I don't know, I think this one's kind of become my favorite. So let's see, let me grab a round tin. And also the tins arrive individually wrapped, all right? And so that's nice too, so that they don't scratch. I also love the embezzlements, Carol. And by the way, my husband Tom, and many of you know he is a lawyer, he was looking through the mini catalog tonight. He's planning some tags and a class for you ladies. Oh, I love the spider, Linda. That's so cool. And I love the purple heart. I love it. So anyway, Tom's planning a class with some Christmas tags, and he was picking out the stamp sets in the mini tonight that he wanted to use. So I don't know when it's going to happen, but he's beginning to work on it. So, okay, let's see. I need to get my next supply. Oh, and by the way, ladies, if you don't want to stamp your bats or emboss your bats, this is one of the designer papers, and you can take the bat dies, all right, and lay the and cut them out. It'll cut both bats out at the very same time with the dies. So it's pretty cool that you can do that, all right? Oh gosh, you guys are so funny. Hey Billy, welcome. All right. Okay, so next project. I've got all my supplies together here. And I think what we'll do first is we've already embossed the large bat, all right? So that's done for us. We're going to cut out these glitter bats right here. And the circle is already cut out. So I'll kind of show you where that's from, okay? So I found that one of our layering circles dies actually fits the top of this round tin. And so I've already taken the time to cut out the paper, okay, for the top of the tin. So we've got bats on this side, and then we've got the flowers on the other side. So, and that's what I used. It's called layering circles. They've been around a long time. You get 16 of them, and they layer with the scallop circles, and they're in the annual catalog. Carol, I will tell him that you are looking forward to his embezzlement class. I definitely will. All right, I'm looking at the other project, and there's some more cutting to do. So I'm gonna what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the Stampin' Cut emboss machine back out, and we're going to cut these little glitter bats, and we're going to go on and cut these supplies. All right, so I don't have to bring it in a third time. All right, so let's do that. I know I'm going to need I need the little bats. So when I cut these out, it's going to give me 3 separate bats. All right, so I know I need that. And then I'm going to need this for the next project. I'm going to need the flower for the next project. Actually, you know what? I had cut out the flower. So had I cut out the others? Yep, I've already cut them out. Okay, good. Good. We'll use those, but we got everything cut out except our little bats. So I'm gonna bring this back out. I think I need a table that's like 35 feet long. I really do. Do you all ever feel that way, that you don't have enough table space? Because I feel that way all the time. Okay, so this right here is our black glitter paper. All right, isn't it beautiful? And I'm going to cut a piece that we can use to cut those bats. And that's probably about all I need. It's like 2 by 2. And let me get my plates. It's the very same sandwich. All right, so I've got platform 1, 2, and 3. And then I've got my glitter paper, and I have my bats. And then, of course, another plate goes right on top. All right. Thanks, Peggy. I'll tell Tom that y'all are eagerly awaiting his class. He'll probably wait till December 15th to do it, right? Something like that. Okay. So it looks like I've cut out all 3. So I'm going to move these platforms again. And then I'll close this up because honestly, it is easier to fold this up. It's only 8 pounds, and then I can lift it out of the way. Okay, so let's bring the project back in. And to attach the circle, and I can go on and zoom in a little bit more, I actually used some glue dots. I thought that was the neatest. I could even do it on that side, couldn't I? But we'll do it on this side. And I just attached 4 glue dots, okay? North, south, east, and west. And then this circle just fits right on. Could that not be more perfect? It fits our layering circles dies. And look what happens when you open. You've got a beautiful design on the inside. Yes, definitely, Carol. I will tell him. Oh. All right, girls, you know what I'm going to do? I'm putting this die away. Okay, so I don't misplace it. All right. Okay, so our next step again, we're going to go ahead and add our ribbon. Joanne says I have a whole desktop, but I end up having about a 6 by 6 place to work. That is what happens to me. The very same thing, Joanne. I'm going to add a glue dot, ladies, just right in the center. And I'm doing that to hold the ribbon in place. And it'll hold it from slipping off, okay? All right, and I think that's going to be enough. Yeah, that's going to be plenty. And then I'm almost out of this. I have loved this ribbon. May have to get another pack. And I'm just tying it in a knot, okay, just like I did the rectangle tens, not twins. Okay, and now I can cut that and this. And I just cut it on the diagonal. I'm going to trim this one up just a little bit more, okay? All right, so that part is done. And then we'll just go ahead and add the embossed bat because it's just kind of hanging out on the table. And you know, black is always so hard to see on the camera. And I think I'm going to pop it up. I'm pretty sure that's what I did before. So we'll just kind of pop that up in the center. And I usually put it about right there. And remember, there's bats on the paper. All right. There we go. It's sitting up there. Now we're going to take our little bats. And there are 3 of them. And I think that one's just a tad bit bigger. I think they're 3 different sizes. Yeah, they are. They are 3 different size bats. So let me turn them around so that you can see them. They're awesome in the glitter paper, aren't they? So there's the 3 bats. And I'm going to take a glue dot. And I'm bending the wings on the bats. Let's see how close I can get in here. And I'm going to put one there. And I'll put one over here. I love putting them on this mesh ribbon. All right. Now I'm going to hold off on the 3rd one because we're going to stamp trick or treat. Okay. All right. Now this paper, and I cut extra in case I'm crooked, okay? This is only about 1/4 inch wide, okay? So it can be really tough to stamp and get it straight, and that's why I cut extras in case I'm crooked, all right? So I'm zooming in there. We'll go ahead and we'll do Cajun Craze. I did remember my stamp cleaner. I did bring that over tonight. And then we've got Trick or Treat. It also helps if you stand up to do this and stand right over the words. Let's see how I did. Woohoo! I did great on that one. Okay, so let's move that one out of the way. And now we're going to do Blackberry Bliss. All right, so here's my next one. There's my next one. Wow, 2. Got one more to go, and this one's going to be in Pretty Peacock. Now, these are the coordinating colors for this designer paper, plus the basic black. All right, so now we're doing Pretty Peacock. Hopefully you all can see me stamp that. And there's my other one, and I am pretty satisfied with that, so I'm not going to have to restamp those. I think that was pure luck. That doesn't usually happen. Okay, so let me get these little samples out of the way. Now, I'm going to make a little banner, okay? I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that with my paper snips. So I'm trimming that off, and I'll try and make it a little straighter. All right, thank you, Pam. I'm really not that good at it, I promise. I'm going to cut right there in the middle. I'm going to make a little right in the middle, okay? And then from this point up to the middle, I'm going to cut. And then, of course, I have to do this side, okay? And there's my little fishtail. All right, now we'll do this side. And we're going to do the very same thing. Okay, I'm sure everybody knows this trick by now. All right, so there we go. That's the first one. And all right, so there's the second one. Believe me, Toddy, I usually need 5 tries, to be quite honest. I really do. So how many of you make Halloween cards or do Halloween packaging? Now is the time to get those supplies ordered so that you're not, you know, waiting too long for them to arrive. I'm getting there. One more. I cut that one kind of short. That might be too short. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to add dimensionals on the back of these. Okay. And these are so skinny. I'm not even sure that the minis will work that well, believe it or not. I mean, this is a really skinny piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking the strip, okay, and just kind of putting that there. And actually, whoops, I should have put it at the ends. I mean, this is really tricky. I probably should have made the strips at a 1/2 inch, but I just love the skinniness of it. So, and I could probably use a mini, but I'll just go with that. Oops. All right, one more of these, and then we're going to put it on the container, okay? Yeah, and you know, I love fall. I love all the cards, of course, the pumpkin spice, all that good stuff. And Pam, you have a niece born on Halloween. That's cool. That's cool. And Joanne loves to make Halloween goodies. Awesome. And Nancy makes them for her grandkids. That's awesome. That's great. And they'll look forward to that every year. Okay, we're now ready to go ahead and finish off this container. Now, this is going to be one of the prizes tonight, okay? So if you are new to us, you need to say hello so that your name is in the drawing, okay? And you can even tell us where you're from. We'd love to know. We have one lady on here tonight who is from Ireland. How cool is that? I don't even know what time it is in Ireland right now. I have no idea. I'm going to offset these, okay, just like that, just to kind of give it a little bit of interest. And this is my last one, and then I'll bring this one back over here, right there. And now I can add that last bat, okay? And here it is. And a glue dot on that bat. And gosh, where should we put it? I think I'm gonna put it up here near the words. All right, so I am gonna mail this one. This shouldn't be too hard for me to mail. So, and Joanne has a grandson born on October 29th. Oh, Carol, you make Halloween treat bags. Yeah, I know. I wonder if we'll be able to do that this year. Wow, so cool. So I hope you all like that. That's going to be one of our prizes. Okay, last treat, and this one's super simple, okay? And that's why I wanted to share this one with you. This is right in our catalog, all right? I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. The candy kisses inside are autumn candy kisses, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Oh, thank you, Mary Kay. I'm so glad you all like it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, hang on one second. I want to grab the candy kisses. Okay, so these candy kisses, my daughter found yesterday at Kroger's. They're probably in every store. And it looks like mint macaron, doesn't it? And Cajun craze, shaded spruce. That could be a mango melody. And of course, that could be early espresso. So these are adorable, and they're going to be great with all our autumn sets. She could not find me some bright orange Halloween candy. That's what I really wanted in the Mosaic bag. But anyway, these are really cute and they'll go with their Stampin' Up! Colors. And you could create a fall theme bag and use these. Okay, so this one's so easy, ladies. You're gonna love this one. Let me get my supplies for it. Okay, so you're gonna need a Mosaic bag. And by the way, these things are big, okay? I mean, they will fit a lot of Candy Kisses. Probably the whole bag. I'm just gonna fill this one up some, okay, with just a few. It also, it's not a gusset, well, I guess it's a gusseted bag because you can open the sides and it will expand. So, all right, so for this one, what I do is I use a glue dot or two to close the bag up, okay? So let's do that. I like this end to use with my glue dots. All right, so I'm just gonna put like a glue dot there. So two, okay? Just kind of at the top of the bag. And then we're gonna fold it over like that, okay? Now it wants to pop up because of this side, and so we're gonna close that too. I didn't do that on the first one, but, and we just need one glue dot, and that's just gonna hold it down, okay? So that's the little treat. And now we're going to add this tag to it. And this is the tag that is in the catalog, okay? So I'll lay that right there. I am using both shapes. You know how much I love this shape. This is the large one. Okay, so let me show you what we're using. We're using the large die and then the smaller die. We're using half of the smaller one, okay? And I've already cut that in very vanilla. All right. And then we're going to use one flower in Cajun Craze and then two of the leaves in Pretty Peacock, okay? And we're gonna fold this in half. Now, I don't have my trimmer over here. If I did, I would score this using my Stampin' Trimmer. But I'm just folding in half. You can see you don't have to have the scoring tool. And just use your bone folder, and then you'll get that nice, crisp thing right there. Yeah, oh my gosh, it would be so cute. Toddy, what page is Celebration Tidings on? That is an awesome idea to use this candy with Celebration Tidings. It's in our mini. It's an awesome die set with stamps too. It's really cool. All right. So before we put this on, we're going to do a little stamping. We're going to use Blackberry Bliss, okay? And remember that stamp I had to pull off? I now need to clean it so I can put on the right stamp. Okay, so now that's clean. All right, y'all, I've got to go back under here. Oh, good. Let me put this one away. And we're going to do Magic in the Night. Okay? All right. So we're going to ink this in Blackberry Bliss. And then I'm just going to stamp it right there. Okay? And that's just half of that small tag. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we'll adhere this. And we're going to put this one. Well, you know what? I'll go all the way to the top. There we go. Whoops, I'm sorry. I zoomed in so close you can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's add the flowers. Let's see, what did I do with them? Here they are. And I think I'm going to put a glue dot just kind of on the end of the flower like that. And I am going, let's see, where do I want to tuck it in? I'm going to tuck it in down here, okay? And I'm just kind of lifting under there, all right? So that's kind of the bottom. There's the flower. And then we're going to add the stem. So, I'm sorry, I'm kind of working upside down. Just seems to be working better for me. There's the stem. And I'm just tucking it under the tag with the glue dot. These glue dots are so quick and so helpful sometimes. I'm just putting a glue dot on the stem on the top of it, okay? I did find my spider die. Yes, Carol. I was going through my Halloween card kits and I happened to open one of the envelopes and the spider die was laying right in the envelope. And Carol, I'm surprised you did not hear me. I was doing the happy dance. I was so happy that I found it. So yeah, thanks for asking. All right. And what you might want to do, I mean, you might want to put your leaves down in your flower before you put the top on. You can do that too. All right, so there's the tag. And here it is open. All right. And let's find the treat bag. I can definitely put this in the mail. All right. The 410s are actually just more difficult for me to mail. There would be a lot of padding and that sort of thing. So, but anyway, we'll have the treat bag. Oh, this turned out cute. I like it. I like these colors better with this. So this is the original with Blackberry Bliss flower. And I see I didn't like it with these colors. But now look, I like that much better. So I'm glad I changed the flower up on that. All right, so that is the other treat bag. So the prizes tonight that we're going to give away. Thanks, Linda. I'm glad I found that die. I'm giving away this. Whoops. And I'm giving away the 10, okay, because they're going to be a little bit easier for me to mail, okay? Now, of course, you know that I need to grab my laptop in order to pick a winner. So if you are new tonight, or if you have not commented tonight, this is your chance. And guess what I forgot? Embellishments. What is a treat bag without an embellishment? Let's get some on here. Whoops. Totally forgot about those. And I'm just